Hello everybody, I'm here with a new home Janome. Model number is 108. Okay, I had to look it up because she gave me a book and this is not the instruction book for this one. This is called a limited edition. She had an issue. She said she couldn't get it to sew. It was acting kind of strange, and she said she had some really bad knocking noise. Well, found out her motor was not fully attached. Sometimes these happen where you run the machine, and everything works loose, so you have to retighten everything to make it sound better and everything. So anyway, everything seems to be working better now, and I'm really happy. And I was running stitches. When you see bumpiness like that, means that your needle's getting ready to break, and it means it needs a new needle. So I put a size 14 in, so that kind of be good for cotton or lightweight material. I sat there and worked on sewing something she gave me. Oh heck, I don't even know what I did with it. Oh well, I'll figure it out later. Anyway, so I did it on denim, I did it on cotton, and I did it on knit too. There's knit, but it was making this like bumpy attitude problem, so I pulled out her needle and put a new needle in, and now it's sewing correctly. See how this was bumpy? Now it's sewing correctly, and it's doing better every time. So when it starts to bump up like this, when you start seeing that even on the bottom and everything, means that you needed to change your needle before it breaks. And you don't want it to break because it gets caught inside the gears and things, and it drives me nuts. So we'll just tow it this way. And I'm going to go over the sewing machine with you so you can understand the whole machine. This is the tension. The tension actually is working great. This is your select dial. You turn it to what you want. Now, if you want the red stuff, because everybody always asks me this, how do you get to the red? On this dial right here, there's a little red section. You have to turn it to this area here. Okay? Right now, it's only going to run the white. So anything that's a whitish or a yellow color will run those. Okay? Whenever you, now if you're going to do your buttonholes, this area here, from here over, is your buttonhole area. So that's where I would lay it at, because it's going to do your own zigzag. So if you wanted to be a little bit wider in stitching or less wider, but if you go all the way down, your reverse won't work, okay? Because the reverse is set up to where it hits 0 in length. This is your length button. This will not reverse, okay? Because it's not going anywhere. And this is your reverse. This is your rewinder. And let's see here. This is where you want to put your rewinding bob thread at, and you come around here, go this way and back this way to go to your bobbin. Then you click it over and you untwist this to disengage your sewing machine. Just don't forget, when you take this off, you need to re-engage your sewing machine or it won't run, okay? And let me see what else we got here. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is, she has a little compartment, which I can never get the things open. This is the little compartment that she keeps all her little goodies in, which is fine. A lot of people don't put them in there because they're afraid I'm going to lose them. I'm not going to touch her stuff. And this is called a bottom feed. It feeds from the bottom. This is really dirty too. It took me a while to get it all cleaned up. This is how you drop your feed dogs, which we don't want to drop them. This means putting up your feed dogs, or you put it up right now. And we're going to put this back on. This is your table, you know, and you want to do any pant legs or sleeves, you take the table off, and it's really narrow right through here. Okay, let's see. How do you thread this machine? This is an older spool, so you want to thread it from the back so they don't get caught on any of those little divots they got in it. You go this way, and then let's see if I can find the thread. It's hard to see it. Okay, and then you go up here. Okay, and this is a little bit complicated one. You have to thread it this way first, down through the tension. Now you want to make sure this is up. So this area right here opens up. I can't get my finger in there to show you it's open, but you got to make sure it gets between the little metal and then this part right here. That's where the thread has to go. Then you come up this way, and then you take your uptake, which is down. Let's move that uptake up so you can see it. So I got to get it up high enough. There's your uptake. You put it through the uptake, going around this way, uptake down this way, into this area, into this, and then into your needle. Okay, then when you're ready to sew, you want to drop this down. Ta-da! So it's ready to sew. Okay. Right now we have it on the center. I think it's in the center. Yeah, like center stitch on that was B. I think we're on B right now. So B is over here. We're on B. Then you got to see where you're going to move it over one, in case you want to do it that way. Then there's D for zigzag, then E for, you know, the tap in zigzag, then drop hem, and then another drop hem. And then they go from a different one from all together if you wanted to move it to the red. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to do a straight stitch really quick to see how it's running. Reverse works. We hit the reverse over here. And go forward again. This and stop here and up, turning it around. We have it, oh yeah, I have it set on 2. So that's where it's on 2. So you get this really tiny little stitching right there. And I flip this over. There it is right, I can't even tell which one it is really. I think it's this one. Let's go a little bit wider this time. Let's see, go a little wider this time. We'll move this over so we can see the stitching better. No, you don't want to keep going, just go to this one. There we go. Now we can go see the stitching. Oh yeah, there's the stitching, much wider. This is the one we did a minute ago, and now this is the one we have, because I had it on fine because I was doing these really tight stitches on these zigzags. Ah, that ain't bad, huh? So the machine is running beautifully. The lady can pick up her sewing machine. And I had oiled everything. Grease looks great in the machine. There's nothing wrong with her grease. I just re-oiled her machine, made sure everything is setting up. But make sure when you inspect your own sewing machine to make sure everything's tight. Because if the motor comes loose, and it was probably knocking in there, and it made a big ding right here on the side of her thing where it was melting the sewing machine, and that will cause a lot of issues and it won't sew correctly. So other than that, oh, this one even has a handle so you can carry it much better, which I like, and it's portable and it's really nice. But anyway, if you have a machine like this, I'd love to hear from you. I always like to hear from you guys. I want to see what you guys think of the sewing machines I show. I know she's going to probably enjoy the sewing machine. She'll probably go, wow, it's working beautifully and all that. She'll be happy. But she will enjoy her machine. And I want to know if you enjoy your machine and what do you like to sew and where you got it, or something in that category. Let's see here. I'm planning on doing a lot more sewing machine issues. I'm going to throw a few of them in there in the public, and the rest of them will be in there. You'll see them, but you can't, get into them unless you subscribe. And you have to subscribe to a certain playlist to be able to get to them. Because I got a lot more coming in, and I'm trying to get them all in there. So I'm going to throw a few of them in there for the public, and the rest are going to be for memberships, so you guys can see what's going on. The one that's like the sewing machine help is when somebody requests something and I don't have it in somewhere else, I will put it in there. But I'm going to probably get rid of that list and make that into a private list, or move it over into the sewing machine issues, because these are a sewing machine issue. Like people want to know how to oil your machine, how to grease a sewing machine, basically like that. And that's going to be a sewing machine issue. So some will be written in there as for the public, and some will be in there as for membership. So in order to see most of these things, best to get the membership. That way you can see a lot of things. Now, some videos will be shared to the lower amount, and some will be shared to most of them will be shared to the higher amount. Anyway, have a blessed day. I hope you got something out of this sewing machine, and I'll get back with you guys on another sewing machine, or some upcoming things are downloaded and they're premiering, so there'll be other videos coming up. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.